During the spring and autumn and warring states periods in the state of Chu, there was a master swordsmith named Gan Jiang, and his wife, Mo Yi, was also a skilled sword caster. The couple was renowned for their sword casting skills, and their swords were so sharp that they could cut through iron like mud, thus their fame spread far and wide. Upon hearing of their great reputation, King Chu specifically sought out Gan Jiang and Mo Yi, commanding them to forge a pair of unparalleled male and female swords to demonstrate the might of Chu and the dignity of the king. Gan Jiang and Mo Yi knew well that this was an excellent opportunity to showcase their sword casting skills, and they decided to give their all to forge a pair of divine swords that could represent their names. In search of the best materials for sword casting, Gan Jiang risked climbing high mountains to find pure iron and fine bronze buried deep underground. After enduring hardships in the mountains, they finally obtained 5 pieces of pure iron and 6 blocks of bronze. These materials contained the essence of the earth and the spirit of the rivers and mountains, making them the perfect choice for casting divine swords. Mo Yi, meanwhile, meticulously crafted the sword molds at home, carving every detail with care and imbuing them with her love for her husband and her hopes for the future. The couple had long decided to name the yet-to-be-born swords after themselves, treating these swords as their most beloved children and pouring all their love into them. During the forging process, they encountered unprecedented difficulties. Despite using the best materials and the most exquisite skills, the iron and bronze would not melt. Gan Jiang recalled the words of his master that forging divine weapons often required great sacrifice. Thus, Gan Jiang and Mo Yi decided to sacrifice themselves, throwing their hair and fingernails into the furnace as offerings. This act moved heaven and earth, and the flames finally melted the metals, forging a pair of peerlessly sharp male and female swords. Gan Jiang and Mo Yi named these swords Gan Jiang and Mo Yi, which were not only the crystallization of the couple's efforts, but also a testament to their love. However, when Gan Jiang presented the female sword to King Chu, the king, furious at the 3-year wait, did not believe Gan Jiang's words and thought that he had hidden the male sword. In his anger, King Chu ordered Gan Jiang to be executed. Before his death, Gan Jiang told his wife Mo Yi that if she bore a son, she should tell him when he grew up, "Look out of the door to the south mountain, where the pine tree grows on the rock, and the sword is on its back." Mo Yi's son, Chi, grew up and learned of his father's misfortune, vowing to avenge his father. His mother told him of Gan Jiang's last words. Chi searched and eventually found the hidden male sword beneath the pine column at home. He practiced swordsmanship day and night, determined to avenge his father. King Chu had a nightmare of a child with a foot-wide brow who wanted to kill him in revenge, so he offered a reward of 1,000 gold coins to capture the child. Upon hearing this, Chi fled to the mountains. There, he met a chivalrous swordsman who was willing to help him. The swordsman proposed a plan, and Chi agreed without hesitation. He committed suicide, handing over his head and the male sword to the swordsman. The swordsman brought Chi's head and the male sword to King Chu, who was overjoyed. The swordsman suggested boiling the head for 3 days and nights, and King Chu did as he was told. However, the head would not cook. The swordsman said that only if King Chu personally went to see it would the head cook. As King Chu approached the cauldron, the swordsman took the opportunity to swing the male sword, and King Chu's head fell to the ground and dropped into the pot. The swordsman also committed suicide, and the 3 heads were boiled together until they could not be distinguished. The story ended with the heads of the swordsman, Chi, and King Chu being buried together. The tale of Gan Jiang and Mo Yi has extolled loyalty, love, filial piety, and the spirit of sacrifice, becoming an eternal legend in Chinese culture. This story is not only a praise for personal virtues, but also a tribute to the spirit of ancient craftsmen. The couple's persistent pursuit of sword-casting art, their unrelenting exploration of perfection, and the sacrifices they made for art and love have deeply moved posterity.